Hey guys, we got the truck and the trailer all hooked up and we're getting ready to go pick up another very unique antique car. So stay with us. I told you guys we were coming to pick up a nice antique car that was in really good shape. Well, there it is, folks. 1997 Camry. So this this is a BC car, British Columbia, on the west coast of Canada, and they don't rust like they do where we are. So this is a 97. It's got 300,000 kilometers, and apparently it's got no brakes, but we picked it up cheap. So we're gonna get it over to the trailer, get it loaded up, and get this thing going. 319,000 kilometers. I'll put the miles on the screen. This thing's got no brakes. So we've got to try and make it out to the road and get her loaded up onto the trailer with no brakes. So I wonder if the emergency brake works. Oh yeah, the emergency brake works. We'll be fine. Totally fine. So let's see what we can do here. Drive with one hand. Oh yeah, emergency brakes work. Put her in park and we'll get this thing loaded up. All right, so we got this beauty all strapped down. One last thing to do. That ain't going nowhere. So I think it's about time we take a better look at this 1997 Camry with a bit over 300,000 kilometers. Now, it did come from Vancouver, British Columbia, which to us in the Maritimes is like finding a southern car. Anything out west, they just don't have the salt and snow that we have here. Therefore, the cars don't just dissolve. Now, is it a perfect car? By no means, it's not. You know, it's got a little crack in the bumper there. We can touch that up. It's filthy dirty with tree grime, you know, built in everywhere. It's got some of these lichens growing on it. We can clean that up. But the interior, a white car is going to show rust faster than anything else on the planet. And if you look in here, you get some green moss and stuff growing, but zero rust on that seam, the rocker panels, the bottoms of the doors. And we get on the interior in the front, same thing. Yeah, she's dirty and she ain't got no calipers on it. There's the brackets. But this thing will clean up very, very nicely. The whole point to buying this car was it was cheap. And you know, for the money that we paid for it, you really can't go wrong. As you can hear, it runs. And very quietly, I might add. The owner did say it had a small oil leak, but it's got 4 almost like new Goodyear winter tires. Granted, they are winter, but we won't expense any more tires on this car. They're good tires. We'll sell it just as is. It's got a few marks and scratches and stuff like that. A little bit on the leading edge of the hood. This thing's been off the road since 2020. There's no inspection sticker on it. It does need a windshield, so we likely will have to put a windshield in this, and by the looks of things, probably a couple of wiper blades too. But as far as inspection goes, we get those brakes looked after with the calipers and the windshield. And so far, I think this thing, other than a good cleanup, would be ready to sell. I don't think we're going to have to expense a whole lot on it. We come inside, the gas light is on and the brake light is on. That's it. No check engine lights, you know, and unlike a GM, if this was a GM, a 97 GM, who am I kidding? If this was a 2015 GM with 300K on it, it'd have a check engine light, guaranteed. Worst part of the whole car is this fender right here. It's just starting to show a little bit of bubbling. We'll grind that down. We'll put a piece of metal in there. We'll get that fixed up. And once the car is clean, we'll pressure wash and get all those lichens and all the moss off of it. Once that's done, we'll buff and polish after we do the touch-ups. It's gonna look like $1 million, I guarantee it. I'm gonna bring you guys along for every step of the way. Just because a car is an antique doesn't mean it's gotta be from the 50s, 60s, or 70s, like our international truck over there. Sometimes antique means 1997 Camry LE. And as you can see right here, a little bit of exhaust. It's a cooler day today. It's probably about 42, 43 degrees and damp. So a little bit of moisture coming out of the exhaust. You can see it. It's not smoking. So I think we'll be able to do all right on this one after we get it cleaned up, get the brakes fixed up. I think we bought it right. So let me know down in the comment section. Do you think this thing is worthy of being called an antique, even though it's a 1997? I mean, shoot, guys, it's 25 years ago. Anyway, we're gonna get this thing fixed up, cleaned up, and ready for sale. And in no time, someone's gonna get themselves a very solid 1997 Toyota Camry. If you follow along at all on Facebook, Instagram, any of those places, there's lots of memes out there joking about Toyota has finally recalled the 1997 Toyota Camry because owners probably should have gotten rid of them by now. Well, that's kind of a joke, but it's true. These things just last forever. Anyways, hope you guys will stay tuned for the follow-up for this car. In the meantime, stay focused on the windshield, not the rear view mirror. Love you guys. God bless. Let's do it again real soon.